Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. The government returned to Parliament to seek an extension of the state of emergency from the 27th of April to the 31st of May. The approval was sought for a declaration that a public emergency has arisen as a result of the occurrence of the infectious disease commonly known as COVID-19 for a further period of 26 days. The following bills were also down for consideration: the Tourism Stimulus and Investment Amendment Act and the National Insurance Corporation. In keeping with the protocols established by the authorities for management of COVID-19, and with a view to ensuring that there are established protocols, members of the public were not allowed in the chamber gallery during the sittings. The opposition was accused of using the current COVID-19 crisis to score cheap political points.
And here's one thing I picked up from them. As a complaint about the management of COVID, other than the PM not reporting this and that, there's no toilet at the checkpoint. Is that the only problem that members opposite have found with the government handling of COVID? You see, you come in and try and score points with a toilet, political points with a toilet in the Parliament of St. Lucia. I mean, let's be realistic. Of course I understand that there's need. I understand there is a need. But there are ways to deal with that, Mr. Speaker.
Opposition MP Sean Edwards vehemently opposed that notion.
You heard so much talk about the NEMO supplies and how they were distributed. You heard the member for Ancillary, Mr. Speaker, accusing us on this side of coming into the House to play cheap politics. And Mr. Speaker, is it a case where we are supposed to come into this House and do not speak on behalf of the people who sent us? Is it a case where we're supposed to come here, Mr. Speaker, and acquiesce to everything that the government says? Mr. Speaker, nobody on this side of the House, absolutely none of us, want a situation where the spread of COVID-19 will spiral out of control, putting every single person in this country at risk. The sooner we can get a hold on this, Mr. Speaker, the better it will be for us personally, individually, for our families, our constituencies, and by extension, the people of St. Lucia. So we do not want a situation where the government will struggle.
That was Dennery North MP Sean Edward. Labour Minister Stephenson King will be addressing the nation at 8 p.m. on the COVID-19 impact on St. Lucia's labour market and what the government is doing to support those affected whilst it prepares to jumpstart the economy post the pandemic. The minister has urged citizens to tune in to find out what the government is doing to support workers who have lost their jobs or are currently facing hardship, and employers whose businesses have slowed down. He noted, quote, "We are in this together and we will rebound as a stronger and more resilient people," end quote. Social distancing protocols have now been enforced at the House of Assembly to allow media houses to resume some sort of regular pre-Parliament and Senate interviews. Jacques Wooding assessed the effectiveness of these measures as reporters probed parliamentarians at a distance.
As the COVID-19 situation continues to stabilize, social distancing restrictions are beginning to ease. Now we see the media has returned to the House of Assembly, where they will seek answers from the nation's leaders on the current COVID-19 situation and our way forward. As you can see behind me, media persons from different media houses have all gathered where they will adhere to social distancing protocols put in place here at the House of Assembly. However, it is still not a seamless process, with only one area being set out for the media in front of the House of Assembly. When more than one parliamentarian enters the area, media persons have been seen rushing over to that person regardless of social distancing protocols. As we continue to adjust to these new norms, it is apparent that local authorities are doing a good job in ensuring that social distancing protocols are upkept while persons are allowed to continue regular activities. For Port 7 News, I am Jacques Wooding.
As St. Lucia continues to endure a complete halt to tourism activity, Minister for Tourism Dominic Fede says discussions are already underway to plan St. Lucia's return as a record-breaking destination.
Global tourism levels have hit an all-time low due to the cease in recreational travel in an effort to limit the spread of COVID-19. With zero tourism arrivals expected for a period of 6 months and over 14,000 currently laid off, St. Lucia's tourism sector has hit an all-time low. Fully knowledgeable of the unfavorable circumstances surrounding tourism at this time, Minister for Tourism Dominic Fede has managed to remain hopeful for the future of the sector. Minister Fede says the tourism industry has long proven to be adaptive and will emerge anew from this pandemic.
What we've got to do is to plan for the recovery. And, you know, tourism is going to be changed completely because of COVID-19. Hygiene standards are going to have to be elevated. You know, public health management at their resort level is going to have to be elevated. And those discussions are taking place to make sure that you proactively deal with a scenario whereby you can manage or have a balanced approach between meeting your public health objectives, but also to ensure that you can be competitive in tourism.
Addressing concerns on the relisting of flights to St. Lucia by American carriers, Minister Fede says the government has been firm in ensuring that listings are removed, as no approval has been given to any carrier to enter the island.
We've told all the airlines that we are not ready to open. Obviously, you would have seen that the United States government would have been giving various airlines bailouts. So the airlines are very anxious to deploy their planes into destinations so that they can recoup. So that's what that's about, really. And we've had to say, listen, you need to take us down. We are simply not ready.
The minister says though these are dark times, there is hope yet for St. Lucia's tourism sector, and stakeholders can rest assured that authorities are working diligently to see the sector return to its former glory. For Hot 7 News, I am Jacques Wooding.
This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Stay with us. There's more coming up after the break.